and 9. Me, I am 10.
I have 2 cups right here, right? They have juice. Does it look like they have about the same amount of juice?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Cool. So I got this cup. I'm gonna pour this juice in here. Alright, so now, does one have more juice than the other? Or do they have still about the same?
They still the same.
Still the same amount of juice? Cool. Right on. Thank you. Do they look like they have the same amount?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So we agree that they have about the same amount of juice, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take this one. Okay. So now I put it in this other cup. Does it look like they have about the same? Do you think they have the same amount of juice in them, or does one have more, or does one have less?
One has less.
One has less juice. And why is that?
Because when all the juice was in here, when you poured it, it made it go more up.
Made it go higher? Okay, fair enough. Are they about the same?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So they have about the same amount of juice. So now, let me get this cup. Okay. So, do they still have the same amount of juice, or does one have more or less?
The cup is bigger, but it's still the same amount.
This cup's bigger, but it's still the same amount. Okay, good job. Right on, dude. Let's say we had a bucket or a bowl right here of water. If I were to put a rock in it, what would the rock do in the water?
It would splash.
Right? But then what would it do after?
It would a huge rock or a little tiny?
So let's say if we had this liquid, and let's say this is a rock. If I put this in here, what is the rock gonna do? It'll what? It'll make it go up a little bit? Okay. So now if I put a feather in the liquid, what'll happen?
It would float.
It'll float, right? If we had a bowl of water right here, and we put a rock inside, what's the rock gonna do? Is it gonna sink or is it gonna float? It's gonna sink. Okay. And now if I put a feather in the water, what is it gonna do?
Float.
It's gonna float. All right. Good job, Michael. This. If there's a bucket of water right here, and you put a rock in the water, what's the rock gonna do? Here, let's say that this is the water, and let's say this is a rock. Okay? Can we agree that this is like about as heavy as a rock? So if I put it in, what's a quarter gonna do?
Just gonna sink it.
It's gonna sink? Okay. And now if I put a feather in there, what's the feather gonna do?
Oh, it will be gross. It will be in there, and the feathers will be all everywhere.
But what do you think the feather's gonna do? Is it gonna sink like the rock?
Yeah.
It's gonna sink? Okay, cool. We'll take it. Thank you so much. So, we have 5 items right here, right? Or we have 2 groups, right? Do they have the same amount of items? Right? Okay. So what happens if I do this? Do they still have the same amount of items in each row?
Do these two count?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Is it the same amount? And why is that?
Because even if you just move one, just the one.
So Michael, they have the same amount, right? So now, what if I did? Do they still have the same amount of quarters? Or does one have more? Or does one? One has more now? Why is that?
Wait, there's 2.
Right.
But less. Wait. Yeah.
So you think one has less? Okay, that's
This one has less. This one
okay.
it only has 3. And
It'll-
this one only has 5.
This one only has 3? You want to try counting them?
5.
Right. So do they still have the same amount, or does one have more?
You still have the same amount.
Right on. We have 2 sets of quarters here. 1, 2. Do they look like they have the same amount of quarters?
Yes.
Yeah? Good. And now, what if I did this? Do they still have the same amount of quarters?
Yeah.
Yeah? Why is that?
Because there's 5 here and there's 5 there. Easy.
Easy peasy. Something and another.